Welcome once again, my friends, and thank you for stopping by to listen to an old storyteller. Today we have a story from Greece, and the title of this story is The Nereids Cave. A little below Nether Astrikoi is the Nereids Cave. From this cave there flows, clear and cold, an abundance of water. Nereids dwell there, and when they take their bath, the waters rush out in a turmoil. And every 8 or 10 years there is a little drought, and then oranges and orange leaves come forth with the water. There was a peasant from the village of Skorokephali who excelled at playing the lyre, and the Nereids took him to the cave and entertained him. He fell in love with one of the Nereids, and to find the cure for this ailment went to an old crone living in his village, and confessed his passion to her. Her advice to him was, one moment before cockcrow, to seize his beloved by the hair and hold her tight. Though she change into different beasts, he was not to weaken, but to hold her fast till cockcrow. So the young man went to the place where he was wont to go. The Nereids took him to their cave, and he began as before to play the lyre, and they to dance. But as cockcrow drew close, he rushed up and seized his beloved by the hair. She at once turned into a dog, then a snake, then a camel, and even into fire. But the young man did not weaken, and held her fast until he heard the cock crow, and the other Nereids vanished. Then his beloved became young and lovely as before, and followed him to his village. They lived together for a year, at the end of which she bore him a son, but never did she speak a word. This strange and unbearable dumbness of her brought him again to visit the same old crone and tell her of his sorrow. At this time she advised him to heat the oven well and take the child in his arms, and say to the Nereid, "Since you will not speak to me, I will take your child and burn it," and make as if to throw the child into the oven. He did as the old crone had bidden him. No sooner did the Nereid hear from him than she cried, "Unhand my child, you dog!" Thereupon she seized the child and vanished from his sight. But the other Nereids would not again admit her to their cave, because she had borne a human child. And so she was obliged to live in a spring they called Lutza, near the Nereids Cave, and there she may be seen 2 or 3 times a year, holding her child in her arms. And the other Nereids could be heard singing and dancing in the Nereids Cave, but no longer to the strains of the lyre. Thank you once again for listening to this story. If you enjoyed this story, please press that like button. Also, please help an old storyteller out by subscribing to my channel. The next story will be posted in a few days, so until then, may your story continue to be a good one.